Morning guys, I just wanted to do a little video because I haven't done one for quite a while. So you are literally just on the wall edge there. It's Sunday, so excuse the mess of me. I'm literally just enjoying being with my horse. But I wanted to just show you a particular stretch that I do. I wouldn't recommend it to owners to do, as I do with nearly all the stretches. This is a big subject when it comes to stretching, but what I did want to show was one stretch that particularly worked on this horse when I first started working with him. Now, when the horse gets tight through here at the TMJ, you will notice that the horse gets tight through his cheeks. Now, what this horse still does slightly, he doesn't box walk, he doesn't weave anymore, but what he does do is he kind of clenches his jaw like this. So one of the stretches that I do that I'd like to show you, I don't know if we're in the right position to do it, is I have a treat. Obviously he knows that I've got treats, he's doing very well not to bite me because he loves these treats. Now what I'm going to do is try and keep his head and nose in line with his body as much as possible. And I'm actually going to take the treat. So he's getting a bit annoyed now, so you probably can't see because the wall is starting to. I'm just going to take the treat and put it up and under his chin in the hope that he will heighten his pole. He has to think about it. Good. So I'm going to let him have that because he's waited patiently while I've been talking to you, and he came up at the pole and brought his nose in straight, and this really stretches here through the atlas occipital joint, as well as I have found really releases something in the hyoid joint that I find particularly hard to release. So one of the other things that I do, it's not a stretch, but just while I'm here I'll show you, is I gently just place my finger on the inside of their mouth there and just pop it under their tongue. Now this I find not only releases the hyoid joint to some degree and the TMJ, but also look at that tongue flopping down and out, and that is what we want. And really this is what you want when you put the bit in even. You want the tongue to roll down and out like a dog, not suck up. So often when I do a written assessments with people, they put the bit in and suddenly the tongue sucks right back. You can see this side on Buddy is tighter because his tongue isn't able to roll down and out as much, and he's just continuing to play with his jaw. So maybe that first stretch that I did with the treats, I should probably do again because it doesn't look like that has completely released that. Good boy. I think he's more worried about losing his sweets out of his mouth actually. Good boy. Putting the tongue down on the floor, the face or the nose down on the floor is a really good thing. He says, I've had enough of that. Just leave me alone, woman. Leave me alone. It's a bloody Sunday. I want to go out in the field and play with my friends. Good boy. So yes, so as I was saying, even when you put the bit in, what you want is the horse to roll down and out. And what I found is with a lot of the bits that are double jointed with the lozenge, so they suck, you get this with the tongue, and it's all pulling on here. And I think we often forget how the tongue is attached one way or another to the whole of the under four of the body, so down to the forelimb, and then from there connects to other muscles that comes under the tummy. So you know, that's a good point as well, is I think that we often look at the top line. I'm always concerned about the horse's top line. Don't really give that much consideration, do we, to the underline, I know you can't really have one without the other, but do we really consider that? So, you know, obviously we're always looking at the horse's hind legs, those big levers to push us up and forward. But if the tongue is tight, or if anything down here, down the front of the neck, into the shoulder, into the pelvic girdle and thoracic sling is tight, then you know, maybe consider doing or getting your therapist to do 1 or 2 of these exercises. Okay, again, so they're not really exercises I would recommend for clients to do, because this one with the nuts, with the nose staying in line and the head head coming up, chin coming in, you still need to do that once, maybe twice, say. Sometimes actually I found that it may release on one side, and for some reason on the other side it doesn't. It's because there's probably still something over on his right hip now that needs to be looked at, and then that would release it anyway naturally, because it's a constant communication between the fascia and, of course, as we said, the tongue, which is such an important thing. So anyway, that's a bit of a video that's thrown together. There's lots of topics there that I could probably go into and explore a little bit more with you guys. So if you have any questions or you want to know anything else, just send us a message and I'll be more than happy to. Cheers, onwards.